Hello out there in YouTube land. I have yet another custom project that's not really much of a custom project. Now, in my last review, I brought before you my first non-WeTech custom gun. Well, I am bringing you back to WeTech with my third WeTech gun of the 1911 variety. And that is the gun that I have personally called the Punisher because it's got this really nice Punisher compensator on the front. I really only have this gun in my collection because if you're going to have a collection of 1911s, you can't have a collection of 1911s that have more than a few 1911s without having a government model variant of the 1911. If you're going to have as many 1911 replicas as I do, you've got to have at least one of these guys. And I'm not necessarily talking about its configuration, but you got to have one of the originals. And like I said, it's a WeTech. I was wanting to get the Tokyo Marine nickel-plated version of the WeTech, but the problem that I have with buying that doesn't have to do with the cost of it necessarily, but it has to do with the fact that it is a highly polished finish. I don't know if it's a real nickel plating on plastic or if it's just a really doggone good coating of some kind of paint. But typically, if you've ever had a pretty gun, and I used to have a real pretty gun, it was a government model 1911 with nickel plating on it, you'll know that anytime you touch the thing, you've got to clean it. And even this bad boy here has, it doesn't have a mirror surface to it, but it has a shiny enough surface to it and a metallic enough surface to it that anytime you touch it, pretty much your fingerprints are over it and you have to wipe it down or polish it or whatever. But this is an example of a project that you can do in the 1911 world without even having to go overseas for your parts. You can get this 1911 right there at eVic. They go out of stock every once in a while, but usually within a few months they'll go back in stock. From eVic, you can also order the Mad Bull Punisher compensator, and it's got the slots in the front here. You have to remove the original recoil cap, or actually, no, you don't. You do utilize the recoil cap, but you can also put a full-length guide rod in there if you want to. This gun shoots pretty accurate when you upgrade it with a tight bore barrel, as I have. It passes the 100-foot test very well. And of course, my favorite, wraparound grip. There's some guns in the 1911 world that you have a standard grip, but for the most part, I like my 1911s to have wraparound grips on them. So nothing really special about this. You could do this with the parkerized or black configuration. I'm sure that these parts will fit on the KWA model as well. I'm not sure about this here, the compensator, as far as how that'll fit on a KWA or a Tokyo Marine. I think the systems are slightly different, but if you know what to do, you could probably modify these things to fit anything. So, very short video for your viewing pleasure. Hope you enjoy.